Today I wanted to talk about the Good and the Beautiful typing curriculum, specifically how I used it, why I didn't use it straight from the book, and how I adapted it into something that actually fits our family's homeschool. So first of all, I am not here to dunk on the good and the beautiful. I am not here to convince anyone to deconstruct their faith. And I'm definitely not here to tell you if you're doing it wrong, if you love this program as is. This is just what I did and why. So we are not a Christian family and we are a mainly secular homeschool. So why would I choose the Good and the Beautiful typing program in the first place when I know that it is a faith-based program? So let's start with the positive because there is a lot of positive here. And here's what I was looking for. I wanted a gentle program that wasn't overstimulating for my child, that didn't involve flashing lights, timers, gamified pressure, and that actually taught typing systematically, not just go practice this on a website and hope for the best. My child had tried some websites like typing.com and other sort of like gamey software, and she did not like it. She does not do well with the flashing and the noises and stuff like that. She is definitely more of a book kid. We're a pretty low screen family, so she doesn't play a lot of video games and things like that. So to her, she was kind of just overwhelmed by all of the moving parts of some of these online typing curricula. So the Good and the Beautifuls program really checked all of those boxes super well. It's calm, it's incremental, and I mean, it doesn't yell at your kid if they get a mistake or anything like that. It's just a book that they put in front of them and they follow along. And of course, it's beautiful. That's what they say in their name, and they are right. This is full of very lovely pictures. Where it stopped working for us is that it is a Christian curriculum, and they're totally upfront about that, and I knew that going in. And so the issue for me wasn't necessarily that it had religion in it. I don't mind my kid being exposed to other faiths. It was just that it's like solely Christian, and since we're not a Christian household, I didn't want her to just be exposed to one worldview in the curriculum. So basically, I just wanted less focus on scripture and Christian song lyrics in some of the lessons. And so I will show you what I did to sort of, I wouldn't say secularize, because I did use passages from other religious texts, but this would be very easy to secularize. So to start off with, let me show you book one. So this one is the typing one, and it has the sky theme, which is super pretty. It's completely filled with watercolor paintings. It's very gentle. The lessons are short and easy for a young child or a beginner typer to complete. There is no religious content in typing one. So typing one, I just basically handed it to her and we're going along with it. She absolutely loves it. She told me that she likes how gentle it is. These are her words. She's 6. She loves the stickers. There are places where it wants you to write in the book, and we're not doing that because we have younger kids that are going to come after her. So what I did is I just printed off some keyboards on a piece of paper for her to fill in these exercises when she needs to. So one complaint I've seen of this curriculum is that it starts off with like gobbledygook letters, but I really don't have a problem with that. By lesson 2, she was writing words and she was super proud that she was just these very basic words that all use the home row. And that's what I like about this program, is that it's incremental and it builds on the home row keys and gets you really used to using your fingers in the right position. Okay, so like I said, book one had no religious content. Book 2 adds some into it, and then book 3 is kind of a lot. But if you're willing to do just a little bit of work, you can change it to fit your homeschool. So here's what I did. I didn't throw it away. I didn't rewrite the whole curriculum from scratch. I didn't sanitize every mention of God. Like I said, I don't mind my child having exposure to various religions. But what I did was I went through and I would look at the lesson and I would see what they were trying to teach. Let me find one that I replaced. Okay, here's one. So this one would have been a lot of like, oh Lord, with commas, and it was showing how when you set apart speaking to a person, you put a comma and then say the name and then another comma. So I just wrote a quick little passage about the moon and the sun and the wind, and put that in instead. I made it about the same length as the original passage that they had here. It was a scripture passage. And so basically what I did was I went through and I replaced many of the religious passages with either something from different faiths. I used nature poetry. I used philosophers' quotes. I used all faiths. Like I have quotes from the Buddha, I have Bhagavad Gita in here, I have some pagan stuff. Yeah, I basically just made it a little bit more of a broad view for her. And I tried to keep the themes, like there was one passage that was talking about the ocean, and it was in the ocean book, which is the third one, and I, kept that. So here's a quote from Krishna said. It was talking about quotes, and it started with, Krishna said, when a person gives up all selfish desires and finds contentment in the self, then that person is said to be steady in wisdom. Yeah, but so not every passage that they have in here is religious. They do have a lot of nice poetry. Okay, then book 3, basically same thing, just some more replacements. There were passages that I did leave in that were Christian, just because I wanted, like I said, a little bit of everything. I don't really remember where they are, but ones that were a little bit less scary. Some of them they had in here were kind of scary. Yeah, so if it was just like a gentle, like there's one in the back about peace and feeling peace, and I just kind of left that one. John 14:24. I have a few others in here that I did leave, and like I said, that's not a problem for our family, but also it would be very simple to replace every single mention and secularize the entire curriculum if that's what your family wanted to do. But I do really like the program overall. I think it teaches good habits, and it builds on itself incrementally, which is really nice. And it's pretty. And as for what my daughter thinks of it, she has started book 1. She's done a few lessons out of book 1, and her words are, to quote, "It's peaceful and it doesn't tell me what to do all the time. I know what to do. The computer doesn't have to tell me." So she really likes that she can basically just peacefully open a text file and do her work and have me check it and move on. This type of thing might be for you if you like The Good and the Beautiful's teaching method, but not all of the messaging that's within it. And you're comfortable editing a curriculum, sort of like looking through and seeing what is the lesson teaching and how can I find a quote or write a quote, anything that matches what you need. Like if it's working on semicolons or colons, you need to find poetry or quotes that have that within it, right? And but this method might not be for you if you are super busy, you don't have time to do that. If you are a secular family and you really just are overwhelmed with prep already, this might take a little bit too much time for you and you might want to look for another resource. I will say it is a little bit difficult to find book-based typing programs that are also nice to look at. A lot of them are very, very dry. So they do hit a really nice sweet spot with that. That is how I turned the Good and the Beautiful typing program from a Christian curriculum into something that I describe as a calm, skills-focused, literature-rich, worldview light. I didn't fight it, didn't throw it away. I just edited it calmly, found things that worked and put them in. And if you use this straight out of the box and you absolutely love it, I'm also really happy for you because it is a lovely program. But to me, a curriculum is a tool and tools should fit the hand that use them. So thank you for watching. If you are interested in some more homeschool videos, I will be uploading some periodically. I'm not going to promise weekly or daily posts or anything like that, but just as something strikes me, I will make a video for it. So I hope you all have a lovely day.